interesting. And so she told me this lovely story. And so I'm just going to tell you, just so you now know where fairies are made. So when someone dies, their body goes into the ground, and one of the kings of the fairies comes down and takes the soul and lifts it up and holds it under their arm and flies to the closest farmyard. And when it flies, it picks up eggs and wheat and milk and everything that is needed to make bread. And it flies over the fields and picks up everything it possibly can. And then it goes to a wonderful place in the top of the sky that is full of clouds. And in a special oven, they take the spirit of the person who's died and they mix it in and they make bread. And they knead all of the eggs and the milk and the flour together and the butter, and they make a big, beautiful loaf of bread. And then they cook it in a magical oven. And when the bread is ready, it gets opened up and a fairy is born. And the fairies can be boys or girls. And from that point on, they serve the fairyland. And they live in the clouds, and they come down and they take care of the children. And when they've done this for a very, very long time, they get chosen to get put inside a tiny baby to be born. And that's how people come. And they all come from fairies. I was walking down the hill holding this little girl's hand, and she just told me, I got goosebumps all the way up the back, and she really believes it. And I just thought, well, I'll believe it too from this point on, because that's the most wonderful feeling about life and death. So there we go. Now we all know where fairies come from. Okay.
Well, at her peak she fell into a dark hell. She sees things that just are not there. She woke up in a chair so confused and alone, soon after a fight with the air. And pages of pills numbed up the loss of all of the ones that he loves. And his guilt lays in the hole that they made to bury all of his beloved. But that's in the past. They found love at last, and now stare into each other's eyes. There won't be a flash to capture her gown or his faded tuxedo disguise. She raises her hands and places them light on his face and kisses him slight. Now there's a big cheer and a crack of warm beer, and yellow to smile shining bright. For this is the street people's wedding here on the south side of town, and all of the folk that live here have heard now gather round. They're coiffed and dressed in their finest, things that they found on the way. Feathers and furs and fake diamonds, it's a scene you don't see every day. This is a street people's wedding. It turned out to be quite a blast, for the dumpsters were decorated with things that they found in the trash. Tinsel and faded green streamers and an old broken disco ball. They danced to Joey playing the harp. A good time it was had by all.
But I guess you didn't deserve this. And we had a great summer this summer. We traveled all over the place, went out to the island and out to Alberta and over to the Kootenays, and summer's almost over, so I figured I better do this now. The songs that I'm going to do twice, the song that I'm going to do twice is Summertime. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your
songs off the new CD because they're all jazz and I don't know how to play them. That's not true. I do actually know how to play them, but you know, you gotta hear the CD with like the piano and the jazz guitar and the drums and you know. Neil Fraser on guitar, yeah. So this is an old song combined with one of my songs. Let's see if I can do it. Well, how? Yeah, okay. The hairball is gone. Well, how many times have you heard someone say, if I had his money, I'd do things my way. But little they know, it's so hard to find a rich man in town with a satisfied mind. Money can buy back your youth when you're old, a friend when you're lonely, or peace for your soul. The wealthiest person is a pauper at times compared to the man with a satisfied mind. When my life is over, my time has run out, my friends and my loved ones I'm gonna leave, there's no doubt. But one thing's for certain, when it comes my time, yeah, I'm gonna leave with a satisfied mind. I'm gonna leave with a satisfied mind.
Recited this poem last time, and I'm going to recite it again because I just love it. And just a quick story of it. I was on my way to Victoria on a bus to catch the ferry. Looking out the window, I saw this man on the sidewalk of the busy road, and you know, cars just going past him and people just walking past him. And here's this man with a fishing rod in his hand with a cup at the end of it, using it to catch money. I'll try to get money from people, and that's not that odd. It's just the way people just didn't notice him, didn't take to another human being, and it really struck me in that moment, and this poem came out, so I might name it one day, and then again I may not. Inspired by a man, fishing rod in hand, a cup as bait at line's end. Where are the people, my village? Those who swim in conscious thought, linked by love, the air we breathe. This city, like so many, whose heart light grows dimmer with each fading smile. Life scurries all around in a feverish pitch. Many a cup lies empty as true nature's light blinded by the promise of the rat race. Oh where are my kind? Tall buildings, small parcels of nature's greens, landscape gardens, avenues lined with trees, homes that invite a sense of wished peace. Ego's humanity strives, spreading like a virus among the concrete glass, asphalt and cars. Zombies walking, riding, driving, very few smiles. Oh where are my kind? Where is the creative flow that is life? Are we so busy being busy? Are we so driven by the next text, the Facebook update, chasing a fool's goal that we ignore our inner voice, the inner art of our inner child?
We tune because we care. And I'm not quite in yet. In a foreign land, there were creatures at play. When you hold me under, take me down, take me down, take me down to the river one more time, take me down the river, and I will rise again. And love may dwell in the face of my pain.
Alright, so my name's Keel. I'm glad to see so many faces here. Thank you for coming out, those I know, those I don't. It's humbling and terrifying. Also, it's intimidating to come after the talent that's a whole big display tonight. Some really phenomenal musicians. And yeah, I'm a bit terrified. Respectfully terrified. Alright, so I'm going to play a few songs today. I've got my sister joining me for a couple of them. She's going to lend her voice to them. And I hope you enjoy it. Say a prayer for those we love. All the words that we have spoken, they will never be enough to encompass all the feelings that our brittle hearts can bear. All the wars that rage inside us will fill our organs up with air, and the sound it makes is an lawless soul. Our hearts sing an lawless song.
My name's Nigel. This is a poem about feeling like your true self is caught down amongst the whole kind of like the trappings of what we call civilized now. And feeling like maybe fear isn't so bad if that's just one of the emotions that you can feel, but we choose numbness a lot of times and it numbs out everything. So I wanted to get back to something else. Henry David Thoreau, give me a wildness whose glance no civilization can endure. There is something in me of savagery. I feel it, gripping in my chest, caught in my throat. A cold wind whispering on my shoulders, sending chills down my back, like streaks on cheekbones of black sap and ash. I am overwhelmed by the night. Such things are too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Drunk on the wine of squeezing every last drop from the early morning, on an empty stomach of sleep, straining to hear every last syllable from her keen lips, which are never enough, I almost feel the groping tendrils of her growing trust.
As we go on, as we go on, come for the blood of your leaders. Come, Lord, homes for your people, for your people. I'm going to dismiss Jordan for a moment. She's been lovely, hasn't she? Nigel, thank you for doing that. That was fun. I like that a lot. This is a song that I always dedicate to Nigel because he likes it. We were talking earlier about a songwriting challenge. I was on a similar one while I was in Romania last winter. And so it was, my friend would send me a song concept, I suppose, and within a week's time I would have had to have responded like with a voice memo, with an email, or some, chintzy, terrible, fetal version of a song within a week. And so I had to come up with this weekly, and he said the bottom line is most of them are going to be terrible, but you're going to start exercising a songwriting muscle in a way that you haven't before. So I started trying different genres, and I wrote this one, and this is the only one that's ever coming out of that time. I'm really quite happy with it. It's called Heights. Actually, Songwriter Studio, we did this one, and it was very lovely. They did a wonderful arrangement of it. It had all these sorts of vocal. I don't even want to talk about it because it'll spoil what's about to happen. It sounds really lovely, and they do beautiful, wonderful things. Lonnie had his hand in it. The opening of the song. It's called Heights. Turns out my maps are not to scale. Towers reaching for the skies, trembling
you.